Hey guys, welcome back. This is another StarCraft 2 weekend commentary. Today we're going to be obviously on the map Antigua Shipyard. We're going to be continuing with our HP Trophy 2 tournament, which is ongoing. These two players are pretty much, I would say, known. Well, actually, Lucifron is one of the, you can say, well-known international players. Lucifron on the top left corner of Antigua Shipyard as the blue Terran player, and on the bottom right we do have I don't exactly know how to pronounce this. QnateksYz. QNat. I'll just call him QNat because QNat is a hell of a lot simpler than trying to pronounce his name. Anyway, so we do have QNat at the bottom right corner of Antigua Shipyard as the green circle player, and of course his overlords are streaming across the map to take a scout out in terms of where exactly Lucifron is hiding. Lucifron going off with the typical wall off. We should have probably enough supply depot heading on, and QNat deciding to go directly for that second hatchery without even bothering with the actual spawning pool. So he's going for that second hatchery first. Of course, both the overlords are in place. This one's got to be retreating, of course, and this one should be heading up and hopefully spotting off QNat. Is that second supply depot? No, the second supply depot isn't coming online. Lucifron is moving down with that second command center as well, so he's going second command center as well. He got that supply plus barracks. He did go supply, barracks, and command center first. Here comes the scout out, so Lucifron does know exactly where QNat is now. He's moving down. He's going to be spotting. He's going to be scouting out that we do have that hatchery and that spawning pool down, followed by the extractor. So this should give him a pretty good idea in terms of what exactly is happening. A couple of drones being pulled off the line to the second base, and that overlord is slowly creeping along, and should hopefully be spotting that Lucifron is going for that second base as well. So this is so far pretty much it for both players. It is a pretty nice game, a very smooth game so far between both players. No real harass going on, just a little bit scouting for both players in play, and that's pretty much it. Anyways, let's get down to something else in terms of my channel. I have been producing now the StarCraft 2 commentaries for the weekends, of course. It is a StarCraft 2 weekend commentary with me, so if you guys are really in for that StarCraft 2 weekend, then I would suggest you guys hold on and wait for every weekend, as I will be releasing my StarCraft 2 commentaries on the actual weekend. So that's pretty much it in terms of, as a couple of subscribers have asked me when exactly I am releasing my StarCraft 2 commentaries. It is only on the weekends now, as I am making it a StarCraft 2 weekend on the AMG channel, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Anyways, now let's get back down to the game. We do have a couple of Zerglings, of course, going to be streaming across the map towards Lucifron, just to maybe get a little prod scout out. Nothing really special. We do have that bunker coming to play, so he's not even going to be bothered to close the wall off here. It's a little bit too wide, so he's going to be holding off to the base. There is sort of a little bit a lot of room and gap for the actual Zerglings to sneak in and cause quite a lot of damage, though. So that bunker, of course, did push those Zerglings a little bit back. That overlord is moving up to the top right corner. He is going to be just scouting out, sending those overlords across the map to continually scout out any other, you can say, ninja expansions of Lucifron, in case he did decide to do that. These Marines did decide to push back forward. We have two Hellions in play as well. They should prove very effective against these Zerglings. There are a lot of Zerglings streaming across the map, so that's pretty much it for Quant. QNat is pretty much dedicated to pushing out with these Zerglings, so he does decide to retreat, though. All those Zerglings do retreat to the center of the map, so QNat does have that, you can say, scouting advantage, so he does see that SCV coming into play. This SCV will be surrounded and dropped very quickly, and that's pretty much it for that SCV. Lucifron just trying to get another scout out, but he didn't manage to get that out. We do have two orbitals in play, so he could probably pop down a scan, but a couple of bailings in place, so he's going for that bailing bust. Now the question is, will he actually manage to survive this? He knows that something's up, so he is moving down with those Hellions, and these Hellions are probably going to be nicely kiting these actual Zerglings very nicely. Hopefully he can get in a little bit of damage for those bailings, but nothing happened. Bailings moving in. Of course, Hellions are moving back to try to prevent that bailing bust, and that should pretty much be it. At least the bunker did hopefully survive. No, it didn't. The bunker did drop, and that's a very effective, you can say, push by Qantas, and a lot of you can say, SCVs have managed to drop. Very nice, though, even though, let's take a look at the actual resources lost. 1,600 to 655, though. So even though all those bailings were sacrificed to lose a couple of those SCVs and a couple of supply depots, nothing really drastic has been made here. I don't know why he doesn't actually move the wall down to the, you can say, proper expandery slot. He does see that the overlord's there, so he's probably going to be taking out the overlord before expanding to the third natural, maybe sending in a couple of units to deal with that. A lot of Hellions in play here to deal with those Zerglings. Is he going to be switching now to the Roaches? This is the question now. We do have the Roach Worms, so yes, you could say QNat is finally switching in to the Roaches to deal with those Hellions, and that should pretty much deal with the Hellions very aggressively. Now Lucifron is going in for the aggressive push. He really needs to push in now before those Roaches come into play. The longer he holds off, the more advantage QNat has. We do have, of course, Banshees in play as well, the Cloak Research as well, and that should pretty much be it. He should still sneak in with those actual Hellions into the actual, you can say, production line of these two players. Once the roaches come into play, that's pretty much it. We do have 2 roaches already and a third one already online and 2 more. So that's pretty much it for the Hellion harass that Lucifron could have did. Not very effective in terms of trying to be aggressive, but again, we shall see what exactly Lucifron has in mind. We do have a lot of Hellions in play here. He is obviously expanding up very aggressively now. We do have both the refineries on, so maybe a tech switch, or we're going to have more 3rd command centers in play as expected. He's going to be moving down to that 3rd command position, and so far pretty much it for both players. QNat is going for that Spire, so we're going to have a couple of Mutalisks into play, trying to take care, maybe hopefully have an air advantage there. So really interesting to see if QNat's strategy will pay off in terms of dealing with the air. We have a little bit of anti-harass now moving in. Finally, the folk research has been completed. He's going to be pretty much being able to take out a lot of these drones, and there's nothing much QNat can do so far. So he really has to either move those drones away, which he's doing now, but still he should be able to pick off those drones. Here comes that Spire. He's going to be dealing with Spire, of course. He doesn't want to give him an air advantage, and we do have that Spore Crawler as well. So all these QNs being moved into place. Once that Spore Crawler comes live, they will be taking out that actual, you can say, the Banshees themselves. Another Spore Crawler being moved in. Is he going to be going for those drones? Yes, he is going for the drones, not even bothering with that actual Spore Crawler has been placed down. As many drones that he can pick off will be the greatest advantage for him. Very nice kiting by Lucifron. A lot of damage, a lot of, you can say, units lost there. So really nice to see that Lucifron did manage to make this harass really count for him. A lot of units, a lot of workers killed though for Lucifron. Let's just take a look at the army size now. We do have 1,425. We do have a little bit of, you can say, harass here coming in by the Overseer. So nothing really fancy here by, you can say, QNat. But let's take a look at all the actual screens.
SCV ready.
And we do have still that harass coming in now with those Hellions. Hellions are going to be retreating, of course, due to that nice little push by those Zerglings and those Queens and Roaches. So that's going to pretty much force Lucifron to retreat. That 3rd base is already into play. Here comes the 3rd base. He did put down more Crete to actually slow down that 3rd base expansion. So very smart move, smart thinking by QNat. So he's going to have to move in a couple of Marines to deal with that actual push itself. So here come those Marines. Marines should pretty much drop that Overlord, and that should still stall, you can say, substantially that 3rd base by Lucifron. So the command center by Lucifron is a little bit behind. QNat, of course, substantially behind. Let's just take a look at the resources. We do have lost 3,000 to 900, so it's a huge difference you do see here though. So nothing really fancy in terms of that. Now I was trying to take a look at the, hold on a second, let's just pull up the other tab, production tab. No, that's not what we wanted. What did we want? Yeah, this is exactly what we wanted. So we do have 61 units killed for Lucifron, 19 workers he killed off by QNat. So QNat has 19 workers, a little bit behind. And if we do look at the actual units, we do have 51 drones to 54. So he did manage to drone up pretty quickly, very quickly in terms of that, but he did lose, of course, you can say a little, you can say, advantage there. Now let's move down towards Lucifron, of course, moving down to the center of the base, trying to get a nice force field. We do have missile turret here, of course, expecting that those Mutalisks are going to be coming into play. So we're starting to place down those missile turrets all around the base. So we should have a couple of missile turrets being placed down. So for supply depots, armory tucked away nicely in the back. We do have 1 missile turret here, but still no actual scan coming down for that actual missile turret. So let us take a look at QNat. QNat is, of course, moving down for the actual 3rd position. He did manage to push away that Overseer, but the Overseer did, of course, manage to drop down a contaminant onto the engineering bay. So that research did stop for that engineering bay. Not really such a great harassment by QNat, but still anything is better than nothing. So we do have, of course, those Mutalisks into play, as we do see here. We still have those 2 Banshees as well. And here comes another little bit of harass by Lucifron. Very nice. And again, Scout, and we do have still no Spore here. So a little bit too late though. Those Mutalisks are going to be moved into play, but there's nothing much he can do. He doesn't have the Spore Caller there. Overseer, of course, being moved into place, but he just moved out of the actual detection with that Overseer. So finally they did manage to drop another Overseer, did move in. Both the Banshees did drop pretty quickly, so that's very nice to see that QNat has is sort of trying to sustain the actual lead that he is trying to have. But so far it does look like for Lucifron this game, and we do have a small little scout out coming down, and of course there's no way he can go up against those roaches. So those banshees pretty much those hellions pretty much did drop very quickly in terms of going up against those roaches. So we do have 4th command center as well. That's pretty much going to be used for dealing with more SCVs, and these muralists are finally going to move in. Is he going to be trying to be more aggressive with these muralists? Yes, he is. Here comes the actual push by Lucifron as well, so that's pretty much it. The scan comes down, of course. He should pretty much spot that out. He's going to be getting... He should hopefully try to get... He is, of course, keeping that those medevacs behind the marine line. He's probably going to siege up here before... He's going to siege up... Oh no, he is actually going to be moving in. That is... He is going to be moving in. He is scanning, of course. He is scanning. He's going to be sieging up on the actual spreading him up. Very nice spread, of course. He's going to be breaking this down, going down for that 3rd base, of course. And a very nice spread. So in case of bailing does come in, it's very nice. We do have a couple of marines spread out. So really nice scan coming down, and he does spot that. So a really good heads up. These, of course, bailings are going to be busting in at that forward tank line. But that should pretty much give cover for the behind line to move forward, and that's exactly what Lucifron did. Very nice strategy. Now he's going to move forward. He should pretty much mop this up as long as he keeps those medevacs behind so they don't deal with actual direct muralist damage. He should pretty much mop this up, and of course QNate does call it a GG. And that's pretty much it for this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, happy gaming. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and see you guys in another game. See ya.